On bitterly cold mornings during the Great Depression, when coal was scarce, jobs were uncertain and people lined up for soup kitchens. A simple brick could mean the difference between frostbitten fingers and warmth. It wasn't a high-tech gadget or a luxury item. It was just an ordinary clay or fire brick, heated in an oven or stove and carried close to the body. Yet, in the hands of those who knew how to use it, this humble object became one of the most effective and enduring forms of personal heat. Today, almost a century later, the Depression-era hand-warming brick still works, and its lessons in low-cost practical survival are as relevant as ever. Why people turned to bricks for warmth during the Depression. Families across the United States and Europe were enduring extreme poverty, often living in drafty houses with minimal insulation and unreliable heating. Coal and wood were expensive or rationed, and the frigid winter months made daily life a struggle. Clothing layers helped, but hands and feet still froze, limiting work, chores, and mobility. People adapted creatively. Heated bricks became personal heaters, a cheap, reusable and surprisingly effective solution to cold that required nothing more than an oven, fireplace or wood stove. How the brick was prepared for use. Preparation was simple but critical. Clay or fire bricks were first thoroughly dried if they had been stored in damp environments. Moisture trapped in the brick could cause cracking or, worse, accidental steam burns when heated. In a kitchen, it would sit in the oven while bread or stew cooked. By the fireplace or stove, it could be tucked into the embers, turning slowly red without reaching dangerous temperatures. Experienced hands knew the exact moment it was warm enough to hold, hot enough to radiate heat, but not so hot it would burn skin or hands. The science behind why a brick can hold heat for so long. The effectiveness of a hand-warming brick lies in its thermal mass. Clay and fire bricks absorb and store heat energy efficiently. Once heated, they release that energy slowly over time, providing consistent warmth. Unlike water bottles, which cool quickly if exposed, or metal objects, which can create hot spots, a brick gives off gentle, even heat. Wrapping it in a cloth or old sock also prevented direct skin contact, allowing it to serve as a safe, portable radiator in cold homes, cars, or workspaces. In effect, it became a personal low-tech heat battery. Now, when you think about it, people found all sorts of practical uses for bricks in their daily routines. The applications, honestly, were surprisingly diverse. For instance, farmers would tuck a heated brick into their coat pockets before heading out to the barn or fields during those bitter winter mornings. Factory workers, on the other hand, carried them in their gloves or mittens, just to keep their fingers flexible enough to handle machinery or tools. And, children would place small bricks near their feet under school desks, just to fight off those drafty, chilly classrooms. Some households, they even lined their beds with heated bricks, placing them right at the foot to keep the blankets warm all through the night. In each and every case, the principle was the same, really. A concentrated heat source, long-lasting, and, above all, inexpensive. People also discovered, that stacking multiple bricks or even wrapping two together in cloth could really amplify the warmth, making these mini portable hot pads suitable for larger areas. So, here's how you can safely use a hand-warming brick today. First, start with a solid clay or fire brick, and, well, it's best if it's unused in any chemical processes or coatings. Then heat it slowly in an oven at a moderate temperature, usually around 250 to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the size. Right. So you'll want to remove it carefully using tongs or thick gloves, and then wrap it in a cotton or wool cloth before handling. That way you avoid burns and keep things safe. Now, just remember, keep it away from flammable materials and never apply it directly to your skin without some protective fabric in between. These days, for portable warmth during camping, winter hikes or even power outages, the brick can be placed in a backpack, inside mittens or under blankets to radiate heat gently over several hours. It's a simple trick, but, it really works. The hand-warming brick teaches us an important lesson. Ingenuity and a bit of knowledge about simple materials can really solve critical problems, even when we don't have access to modern technology. In situations where electricity fails, or heating fuels just aren't available, or maybe when you need something that's lightweight and durable, a properly heated brick can provide warmth efficiently and, reliably. Its simplicity, honestly, is also its strength. Unlike those battery-powered heaters or disposable chemical packs, a brick is something you can reuse indefinitely. It's safe when you manage it properly, and it's effective in ways that are just easy to understand and control. Beyond practical utility, the hand-warming brick represents a mindset of resilience. It embodies adaptation, careful resource use, and understanding one's environment. Families pass knowledge of proper heating techniques, safe handling, and daily routines around bricks from generation to generation. Using a brick wasn't just about warmth. It was a daily exercise in resourcefulness, discipline, and ingenuity, qualities that honestly remain instructive for survivalists, historians, and anyone interested in practical, low-tech problem-solving. If you found this look into Depression-era survival as compelling as it is practical, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Share this video with fellow history enthusiasts and anyone fascinated by time-tested survival techniques, because sometimes the simplest solutions are the ones that endure the longest.